Hi everyone and welcome to Salt on Sanctuary NG Plus walkthrough. This is part 15 and I'm actually going to show you guys, I said I was going to show you a tough boss fight and that is still true, but I'm not going to show you the boss fight of this area and how to progress to the next area. I'm actually going to show you a optional boss fight that you can get from the sanctuary of this area. And the boss is called Ronin Cran, which is actually an awesome name. I was kinda complaining in another video that the game doesn't have actual good names of bosses. And Ronin Cran, guys, Ronin fucking Cran. That's a really cool name. But the boss fight is not that cool, but it's hard. It's actually really hard. So yeah, we're gonna figure out that way. I actually killed him on the first try, and maybe that will get you to think that he's easy. It's not really easy. I had some practice in my previous run when I died many times, and then I came to this one. I guess it was a mix of getting lucky and kind of knowing how to fight him, but it was a mixture of both. These fucking eyes just jump on you and kind of hit you and poison you. And remember, each hit actually drains. See, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that jump? That was so fucking cheap. Okay, so yeah, and each hit diminishes your total health, so it's a pain in the ass. There is actually a ring. I already mentioned this, but I'm going to mention it again. There is a ring in the game that helps you with the diminishing of your health bar. Excuse me. And yeah, I just don't remember where it is actually, but I do have it, and you can get it if you explore the game. There are some items that are well hidden in optional areas and stuff like that, but if you explore every single nook and cranny, you're going to find them. There are some secret doors that you might miss though, that contain some items and rings. The secret doors function the same as the Souls games. You just kinda get close to a wall that you might think there is a secret door there, and you press circle. And you know, if there was a secret wall, secret door, or whatever, it's going to open. And if not, it's not, right? So I'm just giving this knight here. And by the way, the game, and this is really cool actually, I didn't mention it before, the game has a bestiary with all the names of the enemies that you have fought, you know, encountered and fought, including bosses. And it actually has, like, every time an enemy drops an item, it's kind of like Final Fantasy in that regard, because every time an enemy drops an item, it's going to feature in the glossary of the boss. So it's going to show you that each time that you get a different drop, it actually drops from that enemy or boss. Now if you know the games just start kind of like Final Fantasy with question marks over the drops, because there is no security of what exactly the boss fight drops. So that's the first thing that you're gonna see, and then when you start getting drops, it's gonna be featured. Look at that fucking bath of blood. That's really overpowered, and that's gonna be featured in the bestiary, and that's really cool, because if you don't know the name of an enemy and you want to know it, you just press the options on the gamepad and scroll to the bestiary, which is right up there in the options, and you kind of check out the name and check out what it drops. So it's actually really cool. And it has a little square with a 3D model of the enemy or boss that you can also check it out. So it's actually and a little story even of bosses that you have faced. It has a little story of them. So that's really see, I'm always forgetting about some addition that I didn't name, and I just name it like almost at the end of the fucking walkthrough. But it's like all these little obscure things that make up for an excellent game. That's the thing. And this is a secret door. This is gonna get us to the optional boss fight, actually. So we have to do some jumping and dashing. You can fall here and die, and you have to do all over again. See, it's kinda tricky, but you have to grab those ledges and climb up. So from this position onwards, we're going to move to, I think it's called Cran Pass, which is a sanctuary. And from Cran Pass, you can actually get to Ronin Cran, you know. So a soldier's orders is actually an upgradable item for weapons. That's a really good drop. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna open the door here, and this is Cran Pass. And I think I'm gonna get to, yeah, that's the way of the boss fight. We're gonna go there in just a minute. See, that's the candelabra, and with no light lit, so you actually can check out. I think there I was kinda thinking about returning to the sanctuary, but I said no, wait, there is a sanctuary right here, so I'm actually going to do this boss fight now. So that was my train of thought, and that's me kinda scaring myself, because I didn't know if I was going to fight for the sanctuary, but I actually get it before at some point. So yeah, I'm going to level up a little more. One more level, okay. Going to get some skill here. What am I going to get? Nothing? Oh, nothing, because I'm waiting to get the next class of cleric for the buffs and magic. So yeah. So this is just some puzzle with the torch that you have to do. Not a big deal. As I said before, the puzzles are not a big deal in this game. It's all about exploration. Those are messages from other players. And as I said, there are no candle lights in this boss fight. That means that people are having a bad time with this boss, who is considered one of the hardest bosses in the game because it has patterns that are really weird, but I'm just going to make it easy for you. Wait until he charges. He's going to kinda do an Artorias of the Abyss charge, see, right there. Just wait until he charges up and use the time while he charges up to hit him. I wouldn't capitalize on other attacks actually, because he's all over the place, as you're going to see here. See, when he's charging, hit him, and also have the poison charm, because he's going to poison him and it's gonna help you with the damage. But I will say capitalize when he charges. See, charges, go capitalize. You actually get less damage when he's charging, but it doesn't matter because that's the safest point when you can hit this guy. He's gonna hit a lot stronger when he's charged. See, and it's gonna, after 50%, it's gonna start doing some weird combos and shit. So yeah, the best chance for you to survive this is actually wait until he charges. You know, it's gonna lose the buff really fast. See, he already lost it. It's gonna charge at some point. That was really fucking, I rolled really perfectly there. And when he charges, you just attack him. Now if you have a big weapon, you might stagger him at the middle of the charge. See, I stagger him and he starts charging again. That's really beneficial. But sometimes when you stagger him, he can go and attack you instead of charging again. So be careful. If you have a weapon that staggers, it can actually work against you. So be really careful and only get the hits when he staggers, see? And poison him. Poison him with a vile charm, which is the poison charm. So a really cool boss fight, a really cool name, but I don't know what the fuck it is actually. Like the design is not that actually that cool. I mean, this game has a lot of boss fights with cool designs. I wouldn't count this one as one of the best, but it is a good fight though. It is a very good fight, and this is the safest strategy that I can impart. Just wait until he charges and capitalize, see? And then get the fuck away. And don't get hit. See, it's doing all kinds of weird shit already. And I'm kinda taking risks there. See? 1/3 of my... no, sorry, 2/3 of my health gone. I don't know how I didn't die there. I think it's the magic shield that I have. That gives me resistance to attacks when I'm almost dead, something like that. Or some ring that I might have equipped. I don't remember. I recorded this a while back, so again, taking the safest route, guys. I know this might sound like kinda cheap or something, and I'm almost dead. He hits really strong, so you have to be careful. And as you can see, my health is already diminished. My total health bar is diminished. And the problem with that is that you can get one-shotted, of course, right? Or two-shotted. I almost died there. I rolled perfectly, but I would have died if I would have gotten hit. So this is the first try, but it's a lucky first try. Even though I dodge right, but it's still a lucky first try. It's a safe approach though. So, as you can see, it's a really long fight as well. NG Plus is not easy, guys. It's not easy. The difficulty ramps up pretty high. If you I had a character 90 something when I started in this NG Plus, and I had to level up because my damage was shit, and I'm almost dead again. Luckily he decides to charge, so I'm gonna hit him, and he's dead. So in the next chapter, guys, we're gonna go back to the normal progress route, and we're gonna fight another boss fight that is again really tough, and I'm going to impart some advice to have an easier time. So thanks for watching, and take care.